darkness of the wood.
Prepare for battle.
So, this whole mess is all your fault?
Oh, too bad. With me.
"30 seconds to battle."
Welcome back to the One Esports Major. Here with B-Corp and Black.
Neon is the team that I want to play on. They rejected my application, so I called my mom.
And that's how his pro career ended,
The
guys.
battle begins.
Oh, it was so quick. Such a quick end.
Feels bad, man.
Oh my god.
We've
We've been saving that up since the first week of DPC regionals, basically. Oh
Yeah.
god, we already know you guys are cringing over there. It's okay. We know that that's how we sell albums.
Look,
What we're gonna do.
They might be cringing, but right now out there's an album producer. He's hitting up my number right now. Like, in fact, I can hear my phone ring. That's not him though. But I ignore the call.
From the rap careers and the albums into the game, Neon against Vici. Vici with a 1-0 lead. I need the inside info on these lanes, Black. Which one's standing out at you?
Mid lane, we have the same matchup as last game, but this Timbersaw last pick is a little bit scary. Like, Timbersaw against Alchemist is always a really good matchup, but they actually managed to dodge it here. Yeah, Timbersaw to being top now to get that preferred matchup, and if you can be in Alchemist lane and really pressure him out of it, the game is going to be very
Dire's
tough for
top
VG
tower
here.
is under attack.
I really need a lot to go right for Neon. Obviously, they want to get to this third game if they can push it 1-1. Like, I'm just worried. I'm worried that mentality might not be there after the first game, because first game for Vici seemed really good. Like, is that enough, like, mentality-wise, a game like that to shut you down coming into this second one?
It shouldn't be. You're the top 8 with a stand-in. I think they're in a very good space mentally. And the last game, Neon, that we saw, it was not the strongest Neon possible. Like, yeah, we know they can be so much better. And I hope this game we get to see it. I would really love to see a third game between those two different regions, because the playstyle is vastly different. Very fun to see, like SEA and China clash.
It definitely felt like the Chinese teams have adapted pretty quickly as Yopaj getting low.
Oh, this time the other way around.
High
Dire's
ground.
courier
Yeah,
has been
it's
killed.
almost first blood for Ori over Yopaj with the swap in heroes. I'm very interested to see how Death does here, because we've seen Timbers destroy games. Absolutely destroy games. They get to that point, they've got that shard, 1 or 2 items backing it up, and all of a sudden it feels like Timber just doesn't die and really can just stand in your
Radiant's
face.
courier has
Similar to
been
what we
killed.
were seeing Old 11 do in the last game with the Bristleback.
Yeah, they have some decent tools this game to deal with him. They have the Nyx Assassin, who's one of the best heroes against Timber. They have Gyrocopter, who just deals a ton of single target magic damage. And of course, you have the Elder Titan with its aura. It can potentially just amplify all that magic damage as well. So they can kill him, it's just they need to make sure he doesn't get out of control really early. Like, once that hood comes up, he's gonna be an incredibly tough kill.
So we'll see how quickly he gets to that, how this Alchemist is going to play around this. Usually we see, like, Alch Void Spirit, that first axe is going to the Void Spirit at, what, that, like, 12, 13-minute mark, right?
Yeah, today I've seen it even earlier. He was only level 8, at like minute 10 he got an Aghanim Scepter, so we'll have to see how the Alchemist does here. The lane is very good for him. He definitely got the better out of the lanes here. Or getting the Alchemist versus Prophet matchup. We'll have to see. Like, Prophet can still deny a lot of creep. base damage. Yeah.
Really need to make sure that they can clear the farm here for Old 11. Genuel, he charges in. He's not going to pay for that, though. The stun was still on cooldown from the Nyx Assassin.
Pull roots and run.
And it will be pretty much like last game. Like, once the mid laners reach level 6, we'll have to see where the rotations go. Like, Void Spirit can gank Timbersaw and kill him really efficiently. Lane should be just fine.
Yeah, it's nothing more than that. A little charge over, a little disruption.
3 heroes here from Neon to secure that rune.
Invisibility!
Good movements by the supports. Because Timbersaw, like, if you're playing with a Timbersaw, you can really just leave him alone, and the +4 is very free.
Right. See how that affects mid lane really is what I want to know if we're going to see more rotations, more aggression like that from Neon, because it certainly can be available for them.
Yeah, it's just Pangoli is not the strongest roamer pre-level 6. He's not a Shadow Shaman, he's not a Tusk, you know.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of utility coming out from him. General here, trying to set up for Rune Steal. Void Spirit is moving in. Why is doing the same thing?
A lot of damage.
A little
Sweet's not going to get it. Waning Rip coming out from Gyrocopter. They've got the Silence TP out. It is for a rune, a couple of bounty runes there for Neon.
Precious bounty.
It's 3 for 2 actually in favor of Neon. They're now leading 1k gold. The landing phase is going very well. Just looking at the CS board, mid lane doing very well, and the Silence as well.
So the only reason I could see maybe Pango being able to rotate where he's maybe not as strong pre-level 6 is because you've got like a charge that can go into a swashbuckle. You put the two together if they can meet at the right times, which we were seeing from Vici with 2 other supports, obviously, with the TPs and the timings. But I can see it happen. But right now they're going to just go with the puck as well as this Spirit Breaker. And all of a sudden, he's just gone. Like, they use that Dream Coil, they charge in, and it's under the tier 1 tower. The immediate rotations from Vici are there to stop this from being a problem. And Pango, he's finding himself low, not dead, but this is all of a sudden B9 for Neon. They're really trying to make something happen over mid. They want to get it done with the Wrath of Nature.
I don't know what they were thinking with the Spirit Breaker did. It was just, you know, I don't know, it was pretty damn bad, honestly, but it turns out okay because they do get the Void Spirit after his aggression. Like, they thought they had way more damage than they actually did. He wasn't even below half, I think, after the Dream Coil. Like, Spirit Breaker is not a hero that deals a lot of damage.
It was an odd position to want to charge in. A little too far. You're right there, ready for a rotation, a gank to come in. But all that being said, it's a 2k lead right now for Neon. They're wrong.
Oh yeah, they're doing fantastically on these side lanes. Like, and still, Void Spirit died, even though the initial gank was a little bit of a fail. But he still died to the Prophet also. Out of side lane tower is gone.
Dire's middle tower
OG,
is under attack.
or OG, sorry. Neon is looking in a very good position here. Since when did they add an OB, by the way? They did not have that initially.
Right in time for this event.
I always confuse it with the OG now.
It's going to be probably something that messes me up along the lines now that you've said OG. Now it's in my head.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse you.
It's cursed. It's over.
Yep, it's done. You're done.
For that. So, and this is another game where Neon have taken out a tier 1 tower pretty early on. Last game it was the Leshrac, this time it's the Timbersaw, and this time it's even earlier, which
Let me just put it this way.
Bit surprising.
When Neon plays these weird-ish lineups with weird carries, that's really when they're at their best.
Right.
Like, they play way better this way than they do with like a traditional hard carry. Like, Skem is just so good on his Nature's Prophet. Last time I casted him, he was so damn rich. He was like 10 pin net with the head of the enemy carry at the end of the game. He definitely knows what he's doing on that hero.
Yeah, that was against Fnatic, right?
It was,
Warriors of the Wood.
That series pretty easily.
And that's going to be something that they really need to look out for, is how well he's been playing this hero. It's honestly crazy being able to watch him go from that ultra kill we saw him get with Coddle early in the season to now he's playing it at the major, playing in a one position spot after all the hardships that Neo have gone through, and he's still performing at such a high peak.
Yeah,
I'm really impressed with how he's played.
Previously.
Yeah.
He knows pretty much every role. He's been a 5-player, 4-player. Good to be in Wrath of Nature, basically Finger of Death. That was the last bounce, I believe. So much damage from that. Easy kill.
Yeah, taking out BYW.
Alchemist though, we saw him farm a massive stack there. There was like 3-4 stacks. Now he's up towards the top of the network as well. However, the Gyrocopter is really struggling here, and he's the guy that you're looking for to deal all the damage. Come late game, man. He's not really finding a good foothold in this game right now.
No, not nearly where he wants to be at the moment. Of course, got top of the net worth for the Dire side is old 11 on this Alchemist, but that's to be expected as he's trying to get that Axe, trying to get that big timing in for the Void Spirit, which I'm not sure it's gonna be as early as we would have thought, but it's not going to be too far off if this stays the way it is so far. Neon, if they put some pressure on, though, they can find an out 1 or 2 times, slow it down even more.
The real question is he going to give it to the Void Spirit or the Gyrocopter? They're both fantastic exteriors. EY getting caught out here.
Just the tree, as Deville just puts it on and almost gets the kill onto the Nyx Assassin and finally finished off by Jean-Yuel. Blocking there was really well done.
And he did not get the bounty run on Nyx Assassin either. So all good for Neon here now, leading 3k gold against an Alchemist lineup, mind you.
Yeah. And that's due to the fact that what we're seeing right now is Alex the only one who's really securing a good amount of
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures
Gyrocopter is, I mean, he's a decent catch-up hero. He's even maxing Flag Cannon to just make sure that he can farm as well as possible. Ori actually getting picked off here.
Dire's middle
Yopaj getting the kill over bottom, and now they're looking for more. They're trying to get this Alchemist. This is exactly what I was talking about. Slow down this Axe, and that could become a problem inside of VG. They've gotten on top of this Nature's Prophet. They hit the sleep on it too. They keep that over 11, but they're going to lose the field here.
is under attack.
It's not someone you want to be losing at the moment. And again, trying to get to the Rolling Thunder, but the stun comes out from the Nyx Assassin. They'll use that charge. They've got a bash out on a Polio, and with the help of Yopaj, they'll get another kill. They'll take out this Gyro. Neon, yeah, they lose the Nature's Prophet, but they still continue to roll. It is winter, and the snowball is going down the hill.
Yeah, I mean, they killed the Void Spirit before the fight even started, and then they killed the Alchemist as well as the Gyrocopter. They're getting all 3 cores in a single fight, now up to 4k gold. And they're gonna be in trouble here. Like, he will have to choose between either the Void Spirit or the Gyrocopter. They both need the Axe badly. He can only give it to one of them. Have Rolling Thunder.
Try and Rolling Thunder in. They've got the Timber Saw to try and help. And
no more stabs.
Can they land a sleep? Ooh, all right, 2-man sleep. But I still think they're right on top of this Void Spirit. They need to be careful how much they're going to commit for this. Or, well, Death doesn't. It's only the Pango who really needed to. Is they'll get the kill onto Ori. Look for PY. They use the Dream Coil. They're behind the tier 2. It's 12 minutes in. PYW, he goes down. I mean, they're pressing all over the Dire side of the map, and they have no fear in their eyes. There's nothing going for VG.
Yeah, VG just can't really find a foothold here. They have Alchemist farming. Nyx Assassin doesn't really deal a whole lot of damage. They just have severe damage problems right now against this Timber Saw. We said he's gonna have a pretty free game, and he's putting that to the test here. Like, he is absolutely owning on his Timber Saw. 5k net worth ahead now, and the map is just getting smaller and smaller, harder and harder to play for VG here. And even stealing the Ancient stack, everything is going wrong for them.
This is just what you want to be seeing for VG.
They got nice. But they lost Polio in return.
That's not a trade you want to be making.
Warriors of the wood.
Certainly not a trade you want to be making.
That feels real bad for the VG side. Polio is just trying to farm away from the Alchemist because he knows the Alchemist is higher priority. But he's just putting himself into really dangerous scenarios here. The first Agon's finished. It's probably going to go to Void Spirit. They really need to make sure that it pays off.
PYW once again, and this is a big problem for the Elder Titan. Outcome's over. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. Supersonic joining in. Spike Carapace doesn't turn into anything. Two-man stun. Boyoyo comes back into the fight, gets killed to Januel, but the Timbersaw, do they have the damage to kill him? Has to step front. Now the Facility right on top of him. Rolling Thunder coming in. And the Whirling Death here on a couple of these heroes.
Boyoyo dead again?
Boyoyo once again, and they will take out Old 11. This is really falling apart at the seams here for VG as they're going to lose DUI. Triple kill for Demille. And, I mean, Ori can only play ring around the rosy. It seems like eventually he's going to get caught. He will get a kill on the Yopaj. But does he end up surviving, getting back to the base?
Radiant
They're all respawning in 10 seconds here. They need to be a bit careful. Neon is really taking it to them. Damn, they're not letting VG breathe at all. Gyrocopter died back to back. He was the one who receives the Aggron Scepter, so he's still on top of the net worth, but it's very deceiving.
This is not looking good for VG. I've said it 100 times already, and we're only... I've said the time a couple times too. 14 minutes into the game, this is not looking good. Neon, they look so pristine right now. Every lane going right, their aggression going well. Something's gotta give if VG want to win this game.
And I think that answers your question regarding their mentality also. Like they can easily shrug off a bad loss.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just trying to take a tier 2 up for these top takes some nutrients. And
Alchemist again here?
Coil used. Can they snap the coil? Of course, a charge 17%. That equals 100%. They'll get the kill on the Old 11. Yes, he's got another one.
Tower is under attack.
70% of the time, 100% of the time it hits.
Tower is under attack.
Or whatever the saying was.
I
would know. Don't play luck-based heroes. You're a skilled player.
Quickly as I go.
I'm not skilled at all. I don't know what that would be. Just a guy who plays the game.
Oh, the charge is coming through here. He does have ultimate as well.
Stun. Save for a little bit longer, but I don't know if it's going to save his life completely. The Gongler coming in as well as the Opod trying to come through. Either end lines on the field. A little bit deep, but it's not going to matter. They get to go to the Gyrocopter. They look over at the Nature Prophet. They get a kill. They'll end up making a trade. Splitter hands, but it's not doing enough. Charging all the way through onto Ori as well as the ult. Luke's stun coming out from DY once again. They're trying to push back the Neon side, who is continuing to jump further and further down the roots of VG. The question is, can VG spin that? He can go to play hard, and now PYW ends up falling. Januel out of this. He can. I don't know if VG really want to chase. They don't feel comfortable in these fights at all.
Yeah, that being said though, the fight was quite good for them. Prophet in way too aggressively gets taken out immediately. He doesn't have... Oh, then I dream call, you're the Alchemist.
Oh no, the 11 once again, he's caught out.
That's for your impertinence.
Gurren lands out of the Timbersaw, that's not who you want. You want to play hard, but you're not going to get him. Why to help out this Void Spirit, and look at the damage skill coming in from both Yopaj and Demille. They're going to get another one. Now look over PYW. Yopaj is behind the tier 2 tower again. Surviving. They've got the chakra thrown out. Death now pushing even further onto the Dire side.
Dire's bottom tower.
This is the Neon we love. Really just throwing their aggression into the face of VG. And for now, VG is somewhat defending. They're still only 6k down. You know, if you stabilize at like a deficit, it's usually a pretty good sign for you that you're doing a decent job at just defending your own hero.
Can Neon keep this up? Because these fights aren't clean. They are getting kills, but they'll lose Demille a couple times. Like, the fights aren't exactly looking immaculate.
It's risky business, because every time they dive there, like, the heroes are still very squishy. Nature's Prophet really needs that BKB in order to play very aggressively into their face. The only real tanky hero here is the Timbersaw. Puck can still easily die, and so can the rest of the lineup. So, as you said, they need to be careful. Things can still go wrong here.
Up top. And that's going to leave them vulnerable. Januel needs to get into the tree and try and find himself out of vision, but it's not happening. They'll get the kill here, and it will be for Old 11.
They're all rotating in. There's a lot of potential for a really big coil here.
Tower has fallen.
Gonna charge up that stun. They're feeling Astro Step moving forward. The Opage setting up. He's got a 2-man dream core coming through on level 11 as well. Poyoyo looking over as Tinder chain across the now of his jungle. Once again, they might have the damage to finally kill off this Timbersaw. They do! It's PYW gets the kill, but Poyoyo falls once again. The Opage couldn't come up. They're all that are coming in as well as the Swashbuckle, but play hard.
The Prophet.
Really hit with that Swashbuckle. They've got the 8th Remnant. They'll lock down, play hard, get that kill to the Pangolier. And again, it's fight after fight from Neon, but every single time Vici are kind of chipping away at maybe a turnaround. 3 heroes dying that whole exchange.
That was 6k, now it's 4k. The Nature's Prophet did not feel confident joining that fight. Like, he's still very brittle. He's on his way to finish his BKB. He don't need 1,000 gold to do that. And after that, they don't really have the best ways of dealing with him. So I expect a lot more aggression out of them once that BKB is finished. But until then, I think they need to slow down a little bit here. They're throwing away a little bit too many bodies. Because these exchanges, sure you kill the Gyrocopter. It's still a good trade for VG here.
This is trades that I think are deceiving. You see Neon get a couple of kills and then you think it's going all right for them, but well, VG, they're the ones who make it end up working out. DUI ends up dead to death. That's Dream Coil used though, just for the Nyx Assassin.
It's okay to use a Dream Coil on a hero like that, because the cooldown is very short. And as I said, they want to wait for their BKB, so it makes perfect sense that they used it there. As I say that though, Death, very aggressive posture here. They want to take all the bounty runes. They get 3 of them.
Yeah, they want to make sure that this Alchemist is not getting, you know, the min-maxing that
Ori.
They'll find Ori. The question is, can they kill him off? Astro Step to try and get some distance, but look, Yul's coming in for Genuine. It's not going to be used just yet. Yul's up into the air, assimilate, get some distance. Not looking likely. Whole hits here for Genuine. They've got the charge. They'll have the damage. They'll get the kill on Ori, and they will take out the Void Spirit once again.
Make it look easy. And BKB flying out to the Nature's Prophet. Now he's ready to fight. He's going to be super strong in this next fight. You see the Nature's Prophet? Net worth on par with the Gyrocopter, even though he was gifted an Aghanim Scepter. On DY, potentially trouble here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Out. Sometimes the best option available. Now the Axe at the finish. Giving it to the Void Spirit here, but it leaves Alchemist with literally 0. Like, he's gonna be just a glorified support from this point on.
And that was gonna be my next question, like, yeah, you're getting these 2 cores bumped up, but having 3 supports now, like, Alk can get some things that might help as time goes on. Like, he's not someone who's gonna be lacking gold to maybe get some support items, but is it gonna be enough?
I will have to see. Like, they need to start winning some team fights on the back of those 2 Axe upgrades, and they're smoking up right away.
They want to go for this. They've got the smoke. They're going to stun up, or charge up the stun on the Alchemist. They've got the Burn as well.
Lot of damage.
The Impale, the Earth Splitter. Look at the damage coming into the jet, but it's not going to beat up. They got the first coming into the Alchemist. Over 11, he just melts. Dream Coil lands on a 2. It's on to both the Nyx Assassin as well. The other time they're going to get the kill here on a DY. They'll finish off PYW. 3 heroes dead. That almost felt like a last-ditch effort from Vici, and they don't even kill the Timbersaw.
They went all in on the Timbersaw. Kind of reminds me of last game when Neon always went all in onto the Bristleback. Very similar scenario here. He lives on like a sliver of health, gets his Magic Stick, Lotus Orb off, and they lose 3 heroes for nothing. Now into the Roach Pit for Neon. Aegis should be going to the Prophet, and they're just snowballing out of control here. 8k gold ahead against an Alchemist. And they're in a really good position to take this game here.
Yeah, this is already Neon. 1 foot over the finish line, looking to cross the ribbon and clean it up.
And I'm just really happy that we see this kind of Neon here. I told you guys before the game started, Neon can be so much better than they were in Game 1, and they're really showing it here. They're up to the task of beating one of China's best teams.
Yeah, which, again, if you guys are just joining in the middle of the tournament, like, Vici was a wildcard team. That's how much depth is in the Chinese region. Like, you think of Vici as one of the top teams in China, and they're coming in from a wildcard position, which shows a lot about the region and really shows a lot here about Neon, that they're really holding their own and just destroying the second game so far.
Yes, BKB on Gyrocopter.
On a Poyoyo. questioning whether or not he needs to use it. The stun is thrown on a death. Ori over to the side, maybe thinking about jumping in with an Astro Step as well. The Remnant. He ripped on the 2. Hold their ground for now. Dead on either side just yet.
Working away at the tower. Slowly but surely getting it. And Prophet just playing for them.
Dire's bottom tower has
Making them feel a little bit uncomfortable, you know. Stay on your toes, guys. Otherwise, you're gonna be in trouble.
Well, this was the combo that we saw against Fnatic. It was Deville on the Nature's Prophet and Yopaj on the puck, where Yopaj ended up saving that game when Deville kind of found his positioning to not be ideal and, you know, fell in that Divine Rapier and everything that was going on in that first game of the series.
Yeah, they
really feel
very well. But this time, Prophet once more is just... I can't believe he's ahead of net worth, even though they were gifted Aggro. Like, that's how rich he is. Another game of just being filthy rich. What's Field 2000 here? Maybe? No, just time to ban a 0 from him. Coil missed.
Greetings.
Small mistake here. But, of course, low cooldown, so reset quite easily.
They don't need to wait too long to get that reset coming in, but it is given time here for Vici. The question is it enough time? Because they're really not doing a lot with the map. But it is something.
What map? They have no map.
Yeah. Eighth Remnant, look at the dash amount on to play hard. Charge over, though. They're going to try and get a trade here on Ori. Gets low. He's not dead just yet. Waning Rift as well as Yopaj just trying to get a kill here. He is in and out. He is very hard to catch and making Vichi's lives a living hell dealing with this puck.
They have a good hero against Puck, Nick's Assassin. He's just playing very well around the Nick. He's never getting caught by a carapace, pushing out waves perfectly here. And Yopaj, another really good performance. He has really been getting better and better as the tournament progressed. Very impressed by him. And just Neon as a whole, really. All of them are just playing so well right now.
Well, I think this goes back to your point about players playing better with pressure. Because if you're playing with the stand-in, you had to change your stand-in. The pressure is certainly on your top guys
Radiant
to make something happen. And that's Yopaj. That's, you know, that's the deal. These are two guys that really need to not only play well, but step it up. And they've done so.
Uproot and after.
POW here. Yeah, I completely agree with you. But perhaps it could be another reason, you know, like sometimes when you have no expectations, there's no pressure on you. So perhaps that's why Neon is playing so well, because, you know, you don't expect too much of yourself when you play with a stand and when you're forced into a bad position. You just want to play the best Dota that you can, and it might be even helping to alleviate some of the pressure.
Ori got the Prophet in. Did he get it perfect? Yeah, with the Yules, but I don't know if that's even going to be enough. It's impressive from Ori, but still lacking what he needs to escape from that situation.
Never more pressure coming in handy there, but Spirit Breaker still too much. Getting a perfectly timed charge. Gets killed pretty easily on the Void Spirit still. Too much damage coming out from Prophet.
Yeah. And I mean, he's got 17k net worth. He's really hitting hard. He's going into the Daedalus. He's really going to be tough to deal with. You need to find a way to get on top of this Nature's Prophet. And it's hard as it is with a puck in your face.
Gyrocopter again here.
Immediately onto Koyoyo. They're going to pop this BKB.
Getting trashed.
Clips himself, and it's only a cosplay for a second of Easy. They will get the kill to Koyoyo. The road cutter comes down. That's going to land on DY. They've got the Timber Chain as well as the damage to follow it up of all 5 heroes to kill off DY and get 2.
Dire's middle
Nature's
tower
Prophet damage is absolutely insane. Too much magic damage and physical damage coming out from this item build. And it's not an item build that we see too often. Like, he's going into Witchblade, into Maelstrom, and it's just 2 different sources of magic damage. That's just getting slept up. He's really tanky. Guardian Greaves, Lotus Orb Hood.
Dire's middle
Nigh
tower
unkillable
is
here.
under attack.
And, you know, even if they get on top of this Prophet, I'm not sure they can kill him. He has BKB, he has AC. Where's the damage going to come from?
They have to catch him on a down moment, but 10 seconds BKB, he's willing to hold it pretty late. They go on to death. They have the damage again with the sliver, and it's just not enough. They're going to kill on the PYW. These heroes have to retreat on Vici. They'll give up the tier 3.
Stun on death. Comes down. No damage to kill him right now. They need to wait for the Gyrocopter. Probably have to give up on Rex here. See if Neon plays it safe.
Impale
Dire's
missing.
middle barracks
They will.
has fallen.
15k gold ahead now. Man, Neon is playing. Wow, he actually finished Aghanim step down Spirit Breaker. He's so rich on the plus 5.
And run.
7.5k
is.
net worth.
Yeah, well, and that's with an Alch. I understand. I really do. He's given away 2 Ags, but he has found nothing really more. Like,
Well, he found a Blink Dagger, but
nothing to supply himself.
He's just not tanky anymore. Like, you give away so much gold, and they didn't really win teamfights on the back of that gold that he gave away, and now he's just finding himself in a position where he can't really teamfight anymore, which we have seen quite a bit of times in the league when Alchemist was picked. That's the risk of running that hero as offlane. When your factory shuts down because you violated the terms of service, that's him right now.
Can't produce anything more.
Exactly.
Look at the charge coming in with the Ags to go after Poyoyo. Astro Step to try and cut down the distance and maybe catch this Spirit Breaker, but it is not finding a home here for Ori. It's such a contrast to last game where we saw Vici do everything right, and now you're watching Neon. On the flip side, they're doing everything right so far. Things looked a little bit shaky when they were diving, 10 minutes ago, but they've solidified their lead. They've really stabled it up. They're good to go.
Death and good.
Right into the bounty runes here. I really like what you said there. Like, they were feeling themselves a little bit too much, and they also realized that. Both bounty runes here in front of Scam. A small victory there. And they're killing his courier too.
has been
Oh,
killed.
yeah.
Oh my god.
The ultimate taunt, man. But you want this bounty rune? Nah. This one maybe? No. And the courier too. Let's go. But nothing on it, fortunately for them. He's not going to be too frustrated with this. And he's a prophet anyway. He can just fly globally. Why not?
It's the glimmer. Glimmer of hope right there from DY. Still getting couriers, still swiping bounty runes, doing everything he can to make sure that his team is still in it by a slim margin if they can with these bounties. Anything he can do to help, that's the proper mentality here from 5 position of DY.
Dire's
I've had smoke coming out here, but it's a
bottom
very
tower is
obvious smoke. They're not pushing out any lanes. And of course now it's already given away. They're taking the outpost under the smoke.
Dire's bottom
Taking
tower
quite a bit of
is
damage
under
in one
attack.
tower. It's catapult. And now counter smoke.
They might catch him coming over mid. Close. Not caught though. Ooh, I say that. Now look at the run cutter coming in as well. The charge, the info's gonna let the Spirit break, but look at the stuns coming through. That hits on both the next 7 as well as the Alchemist. They get the go hold on to the coil. Coil landing out of both the Holy Spirit as well as the Gyrocopter for as well. So you need to be careful, but Neon are the ones retreating. DY did buy back. Neon will not chase too far. This is an elimination game for them, and we talked about the mentality going into an elimination series. Now you're on your last line.
Yep.
You'll want to sit back a little bit. Yeah,
Well, but if we lose this one.
maybe dove in. Hold off.
Yes. Gonna play it. I love the Discipline Cup. Yes. Like, they're a team who used to be very,
Dire's
in over the
turret
head,
has been
maybe a
killed.
little emotional even. Sometimes they feel themselves a little too much, going a little too deep, and throw away their advantage. This time, very disciplined. Just an overall, almost perfect game here coming from Neon.
They've really stepped up to the plate here. Down to their last strike, and they're not letting the ball get past them. So they back off a little bit, giving Vici maybe an opening to go for something. They're going to ask for some as well. See Aether and on Spirit Breaker. Flying, not landing everything. However, those biggest kill. That's Coil available. That just comes 2 out of 3. That's going to land. They've got the previous fight. Yopaj, he's got himself silenced, but he ends up shifting. Is he gone? He'll blink away. He'll lose Reorb as well. And while that's happening, for Yo-Yo and Hold 11, they're both killed off, and they found themselves Ori. It looks like it's going to be a 4th. He'll try to dissimulate. He'll try to Astral Step. He'll lose Reorb over with the dag, and the shield crash right on top of him. You will die. 4 heroes dead on the side of Vici. Potentially just the 2 letters ready to come.
might wish to retract your
We are
last
just
move.
waiting for it at this point, really. Nature's problem with this item build pushes buildings insanely fast. We'll see if they go for mega creeps. I wanna start to poke the force a little bit. But like, from the posture of Neon and the way they've played this game so far, probably going for the megas. Yep.
Takes the buildings at a decent chunk when he's got the treants to work with him.
Dire's middle barracks.
I mean, Daedalus 2, there's just
Dire's
so much
structures
damage
are
coming.
fortified.
Prophet. Good. They're clipping. Void Spirit is up in 10. But they cannot defend themselves. They're actually backing off here on the Radiant. Playing very conservatively because Roshan is up. Just want to make absolutely sure they don't make a single mistake from this one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Great mentality,
Frustrating
honestly.
to some. But this is the right move.
You take the Roach, 8 is cheese, suddenly your advantage is almost unlosable. Perfect move.
Are scanning.
Good on Neon.
I really like to see the patience with them, and they understand their scenario right now, and it's something that some teams struggle with, pulling off the gas, and they've done it right. I really,
Dire's courier.
especially the situation they're in, I think that's a really good move there as it goes down, and gonna be a courier dead for 3 minutes 15 for Poyoyo. Nothing can really put itself together for him. He does have Yags, Satanic, the BKB as well as that Maelstrom, but I don't know if that's enough.
He can sustain himself quite well, it's just he doesn't really deal a lot of damage yet. He needs like another 2 items. Probably the Divine Rapier, and then they have a realistic chance of winning this game. It's just, do they have enough time for that? Probably not. Neon knocking on the doors here with 30k net worth now. Waiting for the Prophet to pick up all the bounty runes, and then he's gonna be joining the fight momentarily. What are we looking for here? We need a really big ET ult. A really good ET ult, maybe a Stomp setup into a good Impale. Like, we need something. We need a miracle at this point, basically.
Yeah. This isn't a team that's going to be standing still for you to hit a 5-man stomp. This is just not a team that's in that kind of position.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but they'll have to put something out of their head. Maybe if Neon is too defensive, also there's the chance that Gyrocopter will eventually get enough money for that Rapier, and then perhaps they have a chance. Knowing Neon, they should be trying to end this game.
Up 32,000, and throw that stun out, and again, yes, not dead. Gets the Guardian Greaves off. Go watch this story because it feels like it's been on routine for the last 12 weeks. They will not kill off Death, but they will finish off the kill. They'll look towards the red. Off back here on the Gyrocopter, they go up to the Void Spirit. Ori up into the air with the rules. Right on top of him. Taking the kill, the taking out Ori. The buyback on this Void Spirit. Death blow once again, and now we'll finally lose that Aegis, but it's just Aegis. They're up 40k. They're looking to re-initiate. They got their timbers all back up. Look at the damage coming in from Death. On the Death Lord again. Low one more, but still not dying. I've said it 4. I've said it 5, maybe 6 times about this timber saw. He will not go down again, and they will call GG
again.
Radiant
So well played by Neon. Damn, 40k gold